Hey, this is Yogi with Midwest Vapors,
It's also Yogi from Midwest Vapors.
and today we're going to cover the differences between mods. There's a lot of things that come out there and some confusion as to what's what, and what's safe, and what's different, what's difficult. So we're going to be going from the novice down to the expert level. Today we're going to cover, as one example, the EMA Mega by Kangertech. This tank is pretty solid setup and mod. It's a starter kit. It's a, you know what the wattage is on this? I think it's what, 1500?
1500 milliamp hours.
1500 milliamp hours. Awesome setup. Has airflow. Great tank capacity. Comes with 5 coils out of the gate. Has a lot of extra stuff there. Kind of a good solid starting point for most brand new vapors. And then if you want to step up a little bit, we also have the Kangertech Sub Box Mini. I wanted to make sure it was the Mini, not the Nano. And this takes an 18650 battery, unlike the EMA, which is an internal battery. The 18650 is just a simple in and out battery. Comes with pass-through, so you can charge it as you use it. Has adjustable variable voltage or variable wattage, and it comes with a sub-ohm coil. These are a really nice kind of step from that I'm novice to I want something that's just going to rock all day. You have anything to contribute on those?
As far as the two starter kits that we mentioned, the EMA starter kit is really nice. Those of you guys who are just starting to get into vaping, that's a really good starting point. Comes with everything that you need except for juice. But other than that, it's a very solid starter kit. As far as the Kangertech Mini goes, they did an awesome job on it. I know that they fixed the leaking problem. They've had a lot of problems with that when they first came out with the sub tanks, but for the most part, they fixed it. There's still one or here or there that they need to get their hands on. Overall, it's a great starting mod, or starting to get into the more advanced devices. It's a really nice starting point, 50 watts, so it's not really overpowered, but at the same time, it's not low enough to the point where you're gonna have to upgrade sooner or later.
Then we also have the EVIC here. This is Yogi's personal, so I'll let him explain that a little bit further. But this really steps from the realm of just variable wattage into also temp control and some pretty excessive stuff there. So he knows this better than I do, so I'll you're good.
Just gonna,
You got this.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
They don't
Do
wanna
it to
interrupt
it.
you.
Dude, they love it.
Alright, so this is the EVIC VTs. When these first came out, I looked at it and I said, hell no, just because it is probably one of the more complicated mods that you can find out there. It does have an internal LiPo battery in it. I decided to pick one up just to see what it's all about. Temperature control, as most of you guys know or don't know, it's come out very strong this year. Especially this year, a lot of people are raving and ranting over temperature control. It's the biggest thing in the world. I'm not a huge fan of it. Not on the bandwagon. I'm sorry if I offend anybody out there, but it's just not my thing. But as far as the EVIC goes, this is probably the next step you can go up to. Goes up to 60 watts, 615 degrees Fahrenheit, 300 degrees Celsius. Don't quote me on that. But overall, as far as the LiPo battery mod goes, this is probably one of the better ones out there. I can use this all day. I mean, I don't really lean towards it, but when I'm on the go or when I'm driving, I could definitely hook this up to a tank or even maybe a higher ohm built RDA on it, and I can go to town. Definitely starting to get a little bit more complicated as far as we go up. This is probably one of the starter box mods that you would want to start out with. Really nice, everything's concealed, nice, hand-friendly. EVIC VT is definitely one of the better starting box mods, I guess.
So, thank you, Encyclopedia Brown. Or in case those of you that don't know who Encyclopedia Brown is, Just think of Wikipedia and then add the last name Brown behind it. It's a really sweet mod. We have here the Sigelli IPv3 Li. Oh, my bad. And then, yeah, this is the IPv3 Li, and this is a Sigelli box mod. These are both 150 watt mods. The primary difference between the two of these is this is a never going to be upgradable 150 watt box mod. This, they have a software upgrade for it to bring it up to 200 watts.
Start at 165 though.
They start at 165, not 150?
No, 165 watts, buddy.
Oh, my bad. All right, so there's a mistake on my part. I'll own it. This is why we have Wikipedia Brown. But it's a really solid mod on both accounts. I like this because I didn't have to figure out how to use a computer. And I'm the guy in charge of editing, so you figure out how this is going to work. But sweet mods. He's got some extra info on both of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do.
Go for it.
As far as the IPv3 Li, you're definitely starting to step up really higher on the power levels. Like you said, it starts at 165 watts. It is upgradable to 200, which to me is a decent amount of power. It's a lot of power for especially those guys who haven't, and gals, who haven't really done sub-ohming, who haven't had a chance to go up into the mech mods or even anything higher than the starter kits. 200 watts is a lot of power. As far as Pioneer for Youth, kudos to you guys for coming out with the IPv3 Li. Loving the fact that you guys did a lot of changes on it. Finally, you guys made a touch sensor that worked, which I loved, which you could turn off and on as well. No more of the screws on the back plate. They finally decided to change up the game and go with the sliding back plate with the, I believe that's a ball bearing that holds it in place, which I really like.
Nice little D10.
Oh yeah. Love the accents on it, the stainless steel accents on the corners. As far as the box mods go, this is a regulated box mod. And when we say regulated, it means that it's exactly what it is. It's controllable. You're able to control the amount of power that comes out of this thing. And it also sets limits on it, I believe. It says that you can build down to a 0.08. I've tried. I can't get anything to fire below a 0.1. Maybe it's because of the upgrade that I did on mine, but don't quote me on that again. Don't ever quote me on anything that I say because I'm probably wrong, but I'm just pretending that I know what I'm doing. But again, the IPv3 Li, definitely one of the better box mods out there. Nothing against the Sigelli. I've had the Sigelli 150 as well. Sigelli pretty much, they started the game with box mods, and they're killing it. But I gotta give my hands up to Pioneer for You. Way to kill the game with the Pioneer for You. IPv3 Li, guys. I like it better than the 4s. It's personal opinion.
Now, on all of what we've talked about so far, the big thing to understand is regulated, aside from meaning there's limitations on it, it also means that there are additional safeties in place. I'm sure we've all saw things on Facebook or other types of social media where people are like, oh, I blew up my face or whatever. These have things in place to keep that from happening. These are the Sigelli and the EVIC, technically, I guess, and the IPv3 Li are all your intermediary, if you will, your medium difficulty mods. The Kangers and things of that nature, they're more user-friendly, they're safer, they're easier, you don't have to worry about really knowing that much. These you have to actually have an idea of, am I going to use a tank or an RDA, do I want to build coils, all of that jazz, so there's a lot more to take into account there. So just remember, everything below this has safety features in it. There are some unregulated box mods that do have additional features for safety, but they're still considered unregulated. Yogi will get a little further in depth on that. So I'll let him take over. You want to hand me my orange blossom there?
No.
You dick. See it? You see the love we got here?
Alright, so now we're going to start moving on to my favorite parts of vaping, which is pretty much unregulated. I'm a huge unregulated guy. I love doing what I do. You know, don't put any limits on me. I'll build what I want to build, and I know what's safe and what's not, so I will do what I feel like.
He's the expert. I'm the intermediate use. I'll be entirely honest. I come to Yogi a lot for information because I am limited. And if you do have questions and you don't know anything about this, go to an actual brick and mortar vape shop like Midwest Vapors. Don't just go online and be like, I'm going to buy that Apollo that's supposed to be an Apollo and is actually a clone or crap like that. Go to actual people that are going to steer you right and really know what they're talking about. Yes, I just gave you a compliment. Shut your face. Get to talking.
All right. So this is probably not my favorite unregulated box mod, but it's what we had in the shop, so I'm going to use it. It is the Infected USA-made zombie unregulated box mod. It does run off of two 18650s. They do run in parallels. One thing about unregulated is, guys, first of all, safety. There's one button on it, and that's your fire button. There's no fancy screen that tells you whether your atomizer is short. There's no adjusting anything. You're pretty much taking the power of two batteries and saying go. So once you do start going into these, please be careful, do your research, get the knowledge before you guys start using these. It is a dangerous game. A lot of people don't think it is, but once you start putting batteries that run at whatever 20 to 40 amps or whatever, it takes 1 amp to pretty much kill you, and you're putting 40 next to your mouth. Let's be safe about it, guys, and let's be smart. With that being said, this is the bad to the bone. That's what it says on the box. The Infected box mod, like I said. Really nice with the triple magnet on the back of it. Keeps it nice and sturdy on the back plate, but still very loose for you guys to just slide it out. Really nice. They went with the design of the button on the top. Personally, I don't know why. A lot of people like to put their buttons on the side of the box, but I guess this is a safety feature.
I was going to say I have a theory. It's just so you can't fire it when you
when
put
it's
it
in
your
your pocket, you don't fire it off. It's got to be a direct.
It's got to be intentional.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good thing. Again, USA made. Love it.
I think it's a sexy mod, personally. I really like that mod.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the internals and all that jazz. Just the looks-wise, I think it's kind of got that clean, classic form. Obviously, it's just a rectangle, but I like the actual look of the mod itself. Everybody's different. That's the one thing that's nice about the vape industry is you can actually pick and choose what you want to do. You can pick that look. You can pick that flavor. I mean, it's all customizable. It's what you like, and so I like this. Yogi doesn't. That's all right. I can tell him to piss off. He can do the same to me. It's what we do. We give each other crap, enjoy vaping, and love the industry and learning from it.
And this is a fully unregulated box mod. As you can see, I can pull this out, and there's literally no wiring or nothing. They're contact plates. It's all that's in there. A bunch of contact plates. And I like that, just the fact that, unregulated is the way to go for me. Don't get me wrong, I love using my IPv3 LI, but sometimes I just want that power in my hand. And if you could hand me the Tugboat Flawless Edition Hexone. This one is called the Hexone.
He likes this one.
Very interesting. I love it. There is certain things inside of here, though. As you can see, there's a lot of wiring. So this is technically an unregulated box mod with slight regulations.
Safety measures.
Safety measures. So I consider it an unregulated box mod, but at the same time, again, don't limit me. But Hexone did an amazing job with this. Shout out to them. Won a competition about a week and a half ago with this one. Beautiful baby, performed beautifully, perfect.
To kind of give you guys an analogy between these two, because it seems like there could be some confusion that really does come into play here, and we want you to know the difference, is both of these are like a high horsepower car. One is basically, I have a fuel cutoff, so that way if I have a fire, I don't burn my ass. The other one doesn't. That's literally it. Same monster, same capabilities. One just has a kill switch, a safety switch, if you will. So then we're going to cover the...
Last but not least, my all-time favorite.
I think it's so pretty.
Of all time would be the original mechanical mod. I don't care what anybody says. You can bring me an unregulated box mod, a regulated box mod. You can bring the baddest temperature control, DNA, this, whatever. I've been vaping for 5 years, and I was born on the mechanical mod. Shiny metal tube with one button on it. This is pure beauty to me. An unregulated mod, mechanical mod. The mech mod is not dead, guys. For those of you guys who know what I'm talking about, the mech mod is not dead.
Well, the thing that's nice about mech mods is, yeah, it may be a simple shiny tube, but at the end of the day, what it gets down to is your ability. So if someone's sitting here and they're rocking one of these and they're able to chase massive clouds, well, the reason why is because they know what they're doing. You know, they're able to put the build on it to make it just cook and to really just perform. And so mech mods aren't dead, and if you want to chase clouds, mech mods are where it's at. He is all uber in love, aside from this, with his Apollo, which you can no longer get. So yeah, he's a little bit of a stinker there about that one. He loves to rub it in my face. But hey, welcome. We'll get you squared away in just a moment. Yeah, rub it in my face, you prick. But anyways, so I'll let him tell a little bit more on that one.
So pretty much, guys, the mechanical mod is what started. I would want to say that it is what started sub-ohming in vaping.
Isn't it the industry starting point, really?
To a certain point, yes. As far as sub-ohming goes, vaping, yeah, we did start with those analog style, the smaller styles, but this is what really revolutionized the game. And I remember back when mech mods were barely coming out, you know, it was a thing to do, you know, and now people are just taking it to a whole nother level, which I love. Voltage drops are getting lower, which, thank you guys. And batteries are getting a lot safer and better, so I'm able to do those ridiculously low ohm builds.
And those huge cloud counts. That's the other thing. If we didn't have these, we wouldn't have cloud competition, because when you get down to things like this where you can change other things and it's not about your build with your coil and your ability, if we didn't have this, there would be such an uneven starting point for people to compete. They wouldn't be able to do, you know, cloud chucking like they do now. So if we didn't have literally this mech mod, these style mech mods, Apollos, and so many others, I'm not even going to try and list them because I'll probably jack names up, and there's so many of them. But you know, if we didn't have this style of mod, we wouldn't have, you know, the competition and what we have in the industry. So it's really, really excellent.
Oh, and for those of you guys who don't know what I was pointing at this whole time, this is the Rig V2 mod, made by Vaping America Made Products, or Vape Amp, some people like to call it. Really, really hard-hitting mod. Ridiculously hard-hitting mod. They did an awesome job with it. Personally, I like the V1s better. They were bigger. They were like a stack of quarters. For any of you guys who have one out there, keep them. If not, you can send them to me because I really want one, and I can't find them anywhere anymore. But definitely check out Rig Mods. They're probably one of the hardest hitting mods in the market right now, hands down. I have no problem with these. And this is skull cam. This is skull camo edition.
Yeah, they've got excellent. When it comes to just aesthetics, they're just excellent. They're very pleasing to the eye.
I might take this.
You take that up with the owner. He might shank you.
Probably.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so we're going to call it there for the day on this episode of Midwest Vapors. Really hope we were able to give you some good, solid information. Like I said, if you have any questions, need information, come to the shop. They'll take care of it.
Or give us a call.
Yeah.
Our phone number will be in the link description.
No, I'm going to make you tell it because I'm not really sure how to do that yet.
Alright, our phone number is 563-845-0931. If you guys want my personal cell number, comment. I might, if you're not weird. Maybe. Probably not.
No, I probably won't. And I probably will put it in the comments description. I just like making them do extra work. Peace out. You
I
guys
hope you
have
get
a
a
good
dry
one.
hit.
I did. Dick.